Hi, I've got here with me Max Whitehead from Whitehead Group, and we're going to ask some question about all the employment law and the changes that's happening. So the first question for me, for you, Max, is the 90-day trial. There are lots of fish hooks, and employers, they don't understand what they have to do to make sure that they've got themselves covered, and to be able to execute the 90-day trial with the employee if they have a problem with the employee. What they have to do, what are the fish hooks?
It is full of fish hooks, and it's very concerning for employers. And most small employers are getting it wrong because they don't have that backup that they're necessary. But first off, the employee has to have a employment agreement, a written employment agreement with the 90-day trial period in it. That employee also needs to get legal advice before they sign it, and you need to get proof that they've actually had that opportunity to get that legal advice. The other thing employers need to be cautious of, that it's signed before the employee starts work. That's a big trap. I think a lot of people are aware of that one now, but make sure the employment agreement is signed before they start work. Because once they start work, it's deemed no longer enforceable. So that's a major one. Now, the wording of the 90-day trial period is critical. For example, if you in the wording don't have the date upon which the employee starts work, you must specify the date and the date it ends. So you need to be very pedantic about it and have those dates in it. If you get hold of Brad or myself, we can actually give you some wording for that if you want it. And also what we'll do is provide you with a list. And I think there's 13 issues, potential fish hooks, within that piece of legislation that is really a trap for employers. So it's really critical you get advice before you even start to think you can enforce it.
There is a link below this video that they can download the list if they want to. So click on the link below. There's a list of those fish hooks that you can download. But before we go, one more question. The legal advice that they have to get. So if the employee decide not to get a legal advice, can they just sign and say, okay, I accept it, I decided not to get a legal advice on the contract?
Yes, but again, you've got an obligation as an employer to advise them to get legal advice and to also give them a reasonable period. So quite often you might say, well, can you bring that back tomorrow, or bring it to work on the day you start. Signed. It's not good enough, guys. You're going to have to get it signed beforehand and give them 3 or 4 days. I know it's a pain because you want that person to start work immediately. So make sure you go through that process first. And as Brad's quite rightly said, we'll send you a list, but you're welcome to come back to either of us for a bit of advice on that.
Cool. Thank you for that, Max. If you have any questions, go to whiteheadgroup.co.nz. And if you want to download the checklist, just click on the link below and you can download all the fish hooks that is in the 90-day trial. Make sure you tick all of them off.
Maybe we should be doing a fishing show.
Thank you, Max.